API Conference, Elevating API Literacy.
Guiding the success of a product and leading the cross-functional team that is responsible for improving it. And the core principles of product management include a deep focus on user needs, continuous improvement, data-driven decision-making, and fostering cross-functional collaboration. This is my own definition of product management. So what is the importance, or what are the importance of APIs, right, in modern businesses? APIs are a set of rules and protocols that allows different software applications to communicate, to interact with each other. And they enable companies to innovate faster, scale more efficiently, and create new business models. Now, let's think of the Google Maps API, right, which allows businesses to integrate maps into their applications seamlessly. Like, did many of us come with the shortlist that API Conference provided this morning? Anybody? Exactly. So when they sent out a form, right? When trying to fill out the form, or it took you, if I'm correct, it took you to the app, the Shortlist app, where you had to, or if you use Shortlist app to and fro your workplace, you get to set, okay, your pickup location, your drop-off, and all that. That was integrated with the Google Maps, right? Even in Drive, Uber, and the rest. So that's just what we're trying to talk about. Sorry. Then the X API, which is Twitter, right? It provides developers access to real-time data for various applications. And what are the roles of product management in this API strategy? Because that's the main discussion for this evening or afternoon. Vision and strategy development. So product managers are responsible for defining the vision as well as the strategy for the API. And this involves having to understand the market needs, setting clear objectives, and outlining how the API will achieve the business goals. They ensure that the API aligns with the company's overall strategy and helps drive growth and innovation in the business. We also have user research and personnel development. Product managers conduct extensive user research to understand the needs and the pain points of the API's target users, which are your customers or the business customers, right? They develop detailed personas that guide the design and functionality of the API to ensure that it meets users' expectations and provides a great experience. We also have roadmap planning and cross-functional leadership. So roadmap planning is just having to create a crucial role of product management, right? Creating a roadmap is very crucial in the role of a product manager. And the roadmap outlines the development timeline, the key milestones, and the features that are to be implemented within a certain period of time. Product managers prioritize features based on the user needs, the business values, and technical feasibility, ensuring a balanced and strategic development process. While cross-functional leadership, the product managers lead cross-functional teams, including developers, designers, marketers, customer support, or whatever other team that your organization might have, to ensure cohesive and effective API development. They also facilitate communication and collaboration amongst these teams, making sure everyone is aligned with the API strategy and the goals. So now, how do we apply these product management principles? How do we apply them to API strategy? We can start with user-centric design. So having to understand the needs of your API consumers, they may be developers, they may be your partners, or even the end users. It's very crucial, understanding their needs, because it's not just about providing endpoints, because that's what backend developers like to do. They will just write endpoints, write API and give to you. Give to the front end, right? Go and consume. It's not just about that. It's about creating a delightful experience. Now, before I say any other thing, I want to give you one real life scenario that happened recently, right? Whereby we're trying to ship a functionality, right, for a product that we're working on. And at point of integration, I've been on the front end developer's neck because back end has written the endpoint, as they used to say. They've written the endpoint, they've provided it to front end developers. Front end, how far now? He said he's working on it, he's integrating it. What's up? Are you done? Raise PR, let us push this thing. He said he encountered that he has, consumed it, but it's throwing an error. Okay, we tested 404. Okay. Backend, what's the problem? He said he's not sure. He thinks it's DB issues. DB issues, how? Oh yeah, test it. On his end, it's working. On front end, it's not working. Okay. These are ways to give yourselves problem, but it's fine. My own is just deliver my product, Abi. All right, so this involves intuitive design, comprehensive documentation, and robust support. For example, the Stripes API, which is what we popularly use or we popularly know, is renowned for its simplicity and its ease of use, making it a favorite amongst developers. We also have continuous improvement. Collecting feedback from API users is very essential. This feedback loop allows you to iterate and refine your API. I call it user-generated feedback because you, on your own end, as a product manager or if you're part of the development team, right, you cannot always act as the customer or the end user. You need to actually give it out to the end users, the customers, let them use it and tell you exactly how it is. Because that's how you get to know if what you're building is really building or you're just building for building's sake. So now think about it. How often have you seen a version 1.0 of an API that is perfect? I've never seen. What do you say? Thank you. Never, exactly. So a great example is Slack's API, which has continuously evolved based on developers' feedback to include more features and better performance. Even aside Slack's API, I would love to use WhatsApp. If there's one thing I don't like WhatsApp for, I had to turn off this automatic update or something. Overnight, you just sleep and wake up. WhatsApp has added new feature. Sleep and wake up, another new feature, right? So, but on their end, they're trying to do good and do well. We also have data-driven decision-making. By tracking key metrics like the API usage, the performance and adoption rates, you can make informed decisions. For instance, if you notice a drop in usage after a particular update, that's a red flag. Like some Yoruba guys. That's something went, I'm sorry. That something went wrong, right? Tools like Google Analytics for APIs can provide valuable insights that guides your strategy. Then, lastly, we have cross-functional collaboration also. Involving various stakeholders, right, in your API strategy is vital because this ensures that the API meets the business objectives while also being technically sound. So successful collaboration can be seen in companies like Spotify. I would like to mention my company too. Right, where product managers, the engineers, and designers work closely to deliver a cohesive and user-friendly API. Now, how do we, develop a robust API strategy? To do this, you need a clear vision and goal. And things you can do include conduct thorough market research and competitive analysis to understand where your API can add value. Which most of the time, I think many people will say this is where the product manager comes in because they are known for research and documentation. Okay, create a well-defined roadmap that aligns with your business objectives. Okay, I need to run. And don't forget to consider security and compliance from the outset. These are non-negotiable. So Think about monetization models also. Would you make your API to be free, or would you do a pay-per-user or a subscription-based kind of model? So this is the last part. So I'll just run through this. What are the challenges and best practices when carrying out API strategy? Versioning, scalability, and security are the common hurdles. And how do we mitigate them? Versioning is the creation and management of multiple product releases, all of which have the same general function, but are improved, they are upgraded, and also customized. What's the challenge? Having to manage different versions of an API while maintaining backward compatibility can be very complex. As your API evolves, changes can break existing integrations, causing frustrations to users. So how can we mitigate this challenge? Semantic versioning, deprecation policy, and as well as versioning in URL. Permit me, I'm just running through it so that they don't kick me off this stage. API scalability as well refers to the ability to support concurrent requests without impact on performance. And what's the challenge? As the number of API users grow on your application, right? Ensuring the API can handle increased load and perform efficiently is crucial, because poor scalability can lead to slow response time and downtime. So how do we, look into this? We can do that through load balancing, rate limiting, and caching, right? And API security refers to the practice of preventing or mitigating basically what security does, right? Attacks on APIs. APIs are often exposed to public internet, making them vulnerable to various security threats such as data breaches, DDoS attacks, and unauthorized access. So authentication and authorization is one way you can, attend to this. Encryption is another, an API gateway. I said 3, but this is the last one, documentation and support. Because if you were listening to one of the sessions, someone raised this as a concern. So documentation, just set of instructions that tells your developers and other interested parties how to use your APIs and its services. And lack of proper documentation and support can frustrate developers and hinder the adoption of your API. You'll just be building APIs upon APIs, but nobody is going to use it. So providing detailed and up-to-date documentation is important. Include examples, use cases, and troubleshooting tips. Tools like, Swagger or Postman, right, can help generate interactive API documentation. Kamit Gbadebo will tell you how to do that. Then developer portal, just like the GitHub community, as well as community engagement. You engage with your developer community through forums, social media, and events like this. Address their concerns, gather feedback, and continuously improve the API based on their input. So to summarize, we've been able to discuss, product management principles. We've highlighted the specific roles that product management plays in shaping and executing API strategy. And we also explored some of the common challenges in API management and the practices on how to, control or attend to them. So I just want to tell you that APIs are not just technical assets. They are products that require careful planning, execution, and iteration. By applying product management principles and addressing common challenges with best practices, you can create APIs that are reliable, scalable, secure, and user-friendly. So I encourage all of you to take these principles and apply them to your API strategies. And remember, because the success of your API is not just about technology, but about how well it meets the needs of users and business, because that's also what technology is about. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to me.
API Conference, Elevating API Literacy.